Hi, I'm Shane from Chatswood Sewing Centre, and today we're just going to be talking about parts, database on a computer system, and what is possible to do. I just made this video just for good ideas, so feel free to comment below. And obviously I've been doing this a while now, so I understand how the parts work, and I'm always just looking for good ideas to improve. So firstly, I just want to make it clear, I do not sell software. This is not what I do. I repair sewing machines and sell sewing machines. I just wrote this possible software because 23 years ago, there was no software for sewing machine industry. So I pretty much just wrote my own. So let's go over to our computer. Okay, so this is the main switchboard, or the hub to my whole business, and you know, as I said, we're just going to concentrate on the parts section just to start off with, but it pretty much runs the whole shop. Okay, so yep, so we're just going to go into our parts, and I've turned off, I just have to move this camera just a little bit so I can see all the fields. I'm just gonna quickly run through what I've done here and what you can and can't do, you know, with a part. So I just bring up a part. I'm just bringing up one part. Now this has got the part number here at the very top of the screen. If you ordered that, they'll bring you up and say, what colour do you want? Because it needs to be a colour at the end. But anyway, the product's new, so you can put in used or new or second hand, whatever you want to do there. Just so when I'm looking at the part and I'm looking at second hand parts or new parts. Now my ID number, okay, so every part that goes into this database has a unique part number. Just a 4 or 5 digit number that I can always search back later to be able to come back, and it's just a quick way of accessing any particular part. Anyway, I'll come back to that one as well a bit later. So the brand ID, that really should read Gutermann here. I don't know if Gutermann's is one of my options. Yep, it is. So really that should read Gutermann. My supplier is SSS. It says SS orders because some suppliers I need to separate whether it's for parts or machine orders. So that'll come a bit apparent a bit later as to why I need a very exact supplier here for ordering parts. So I'll come back to that one later. Haberdashery, that's just the department. So whenever this part's been used anywhere, it writes in that it comes out of a haberdashery section. So if you want to see how much haberdashery at the end of the year you sell, you can pretty much create a report for that. Anyway, what category? So it's in the thread category. Obviously it's a Gutermann thread 100 meters. You've got our recommended retail price here. Under here, which is blacked out at the moment because I didn't want to show the unit price, it'll basically, just underneath here will be unit price. It'll give me my profit margin as a percentage that I'm getting on it, and a profit margin that I'm actually getting from the machine. So they're just another few frames. I've specially turned them off. This one's just notes. I can write anything in here, and this one's just a location of where to find it, and I'm just gonna put something in. I'm just gonna call it a Habby stand, and now because I've got lots of Habby stands, I can put it into certain sections. So we have 4 sections or 5 sections of Habby, so let's just go 1. And also within the Habby sections you can have line levels, so this will tell me what row it's in going down, and then this one will tell me what position going across, so say 3 across. But actually the Gutermann stand's a little bit different because you go across in rows and then down. So I haven't actually put this part in, but it's coming. And then you can say, oh, well, this is not really special for threads, because once they get low, you need more. But you could say, I want to have a minimum of 3 of those. So this will come a little bit more apparent later. It shows me whenever I order this from the manufacturer down here. This doesn't show it, but clearly I order a lot of black thread, but this doesn't show it because I have a man that comes in and does this part of it for me. So this is probably a bad example of what actually happens. But this column here is from all customers that have ordered the actual product with us, and this doesn't go back very far because I rewrote this software, and not everyone's ordering thread very often, so certainly as a back order we've either got it in stock or we don't, but these are all orders for customers anyway. You can see here it's got all the different color numbers and things like that. Yeah, that's a little bit, don't worry about that, that's too complicated just to start with anyway. That's out of my old ordering system because I changed how we did the ordering system. And then these are just counter sales here, so this will probably go on for quite some time of when this thread's been sold. So I can actually track how many threads have been sold in the years. For threads probably not important, but if you were ordering, say, I don't know, a twin wing needle, I just sold one the other day and I looked in the computer and I hadn't sold one for 5 years. Well, you don't want to order 10 of those, so you know, you can look back across historic records of 20 years and say, well, you know, I only want to order a couple of those. Of course, you guys all know that you get a general idea of doing this stuff without worrying about all this. In here, just here, this one here is just, if I have it set up correctly, if I change this one to, say, Blessingtons, okay, so this will, this one here will, all I do is copy, and then if I've got an order entry, it'll just copy and paste. I'll just bring up a notepad anyway. And I'll do a Control V, so that will email my supplier, and then I'll just go into subject line and I'll just put in, I just want a price availability on this particular price, and then, wrong one. And then here I'll just put in into the body of the email, hi there. This actually will come out with a space. This is because it's been written in Notepad. This will actually come out, so you can write in here whatever you want. That this is not, if this was into an it's written in HTML behind there, but if you pasted it into Google, into an email program, it'll recognize it and put all the spaces in properly for you. But just says, I want a price and availability please on NG 3100. Actually, I think it comes out like that. I want a price on an NG 3100 Gooderman thread, and then I just hit send, and you know, most companies will respond within half an hour, generally speaking, so I don't have to ring them up, spend all that time doing it like that. And then if I got multi-parts, I can just bring up and just keep adding to it. So if I clean off this one, so this will be a 250 meter one, so we'll just come here and so on and so on. So, and they'll write back to me, generally speaking. We'll just go back up one. Alright, so that's all that's what those fields are for. That's just for emailing suppliers. Sometimes I've got more emails to reply to customers. I've hidden all that under here. So this column here, this one here is really important. So this one puts in all the repair part numbers that are possible for this particular code. And this one has lots because this is a central code for this particular problem. There should be about 300 of them in here. And so anytime this is scanned, it just brings back to this one product. So you can put in whatever you like. So we've got one here that just says T100 or NG3100 or T1. and that'll come a little bit more apparent in just a minute when I show you what that does. So we're back again. So this one here is for the Habby stand, and what this does is it makes little labels. So we're going to change this back to SSS. So this will make little Habby stands. So we cut these out around the X, and then we'll laminate them, and then we'll put them behind the actual product. Obviously I don't do this for the threads, but for anything else like needles or something like that. It's also got a barcode scanner that will be for reordering purposes. We can go through that a bit later, depends on how exciting this is. And then we've got our Dymo printer. This one will print in 12mm tape, and this one will print in 18mm tape. The difference is that 12mm tape will, and I'll insert photo here of what the 12mm tape will look like. Oh, I can probably just go get a box actually. All right. Okay, so I'm just going to show you what the Brother print label printer is. I just happen to own a Brother one because I used to be a Brother dealer. Anyway, so in here, you can see in here, every part has a barcode in here. Not all of them do, because some of them are from the old system. That's from the 12mm tape, and then this one's for the, this is 12mm tape and this one's 18mm tape. I can't fit the barcode on the 12mm tape. Anyway, you can see there. All right, so when I go to reorder parts, I just throw a scanner in there and it'll pick up on the part number. But we find, we'll see how we've got the 4-digit number down here. 6871. Usually I have the manufacturer's one up there, and then just a 4-digit one. That means I can just use the 4-digit one for entering in or using, instead of writing the whole part number. So that's what that does. And then again, the Dymo Fisher container, it's the same thing again. It'll just print labels in a different way. I think if I hit this, oh no, there you go. So it'll print the OME. These ones we put on rolls of fabric and things like that, I think, from memory. I don't know, we don't use it very often, that one. Oh, all right, so what can we do with it once we've got our product in? I'm just going to grab a barcode number. Okay, so we can go to a sale. A customer walks in, hi, and I'll just put in customer ID number 6, and I'm just going to, we have barcode scanners obviously, and if you scan that code it would come up with a code like that, and it should really bring back the product. So this one, this particular first field here, anything, I've done it if this then that. It's got quite a few actions, so anything less than 250, it'll put in quantities. So if I do 1.2 of fab, it'll work out 1.2 meters of fab. So that's pretty quick. I want everything quick at the register. So all right, we go next, whether they pay cash, FPOS. I've tried putting notes up here, pictures of notes and things like that. The scanner, funnily enough, does not like scanning notes. It came up with a federal offence there somewhere, because someone put little pictures of notes up there. Anyway, you can download them from the web somewhere. This scanner will scan notes, funnily enough. Anyway, I used to have notes here, and you could just push cash 100, whatever. Most people don't even pay by cash these days. I mean, God, I can't remember the last time somebody paid with cash during this pandemic. Anyway, now I've just put down the ones we use the most. That's just FPOS with a receipt, or just FPOS. Just FPOS. A lot of people don't want their receipts. So with the thread here, if we just had thread anyway, we would just go. I'm just going to put an error in because I don't want this to muck up my daily takings. So so we could just say go FPOS, which will just tell it there's FPOS and finish the whole transaction, or FPOS with receipt. Or I can go into other, and this one here, it depends on if they paid me totally different way. So maybe they paid me with Amex, a check, very rare, direct debit into my bank account, PayPal, Stripes, whatever, doesn't matter. Stripes has got to do with the website too, incidentally. So we're just going to go into the order part of it. So I'll just show you the order part. So we'll just go up here and say we want to reorder this part. Okay, we like to reorder the part straight away. We can just go order part from here, and it will just put it onto my SSS order. Now I'm going to do a what if then that thing. So this does multiplications. Anyway, it's a bit more complicated at the moment. We won't worry about that. So yeah, so this is now ready. So say I wanted to actually send this to my supplier now. I'm just going to turn it into a PDF so you can see what it's going to produce now. So now this is ready to be sent off. It just puts my dealer ID number there, who it's for, and it'll just write out a report for, it'll just write out everything that is on that order, and it puts the dates and an order ID number and everything like that. Righto, so we're just going to go through the search now. So let's go to search, and we're going to put in here Husqvarna, and I'm going to put over here bobbins. Not bobbin cases, we want bobbins. Alright, so again we're in here, so we can see all the bobbins that say Husqvarna have, and from within here we can actually double click on them and actually go in and visually see. I can see what the bobbin looks like, I can see all the profit margins and everything, so that's pretty standard anyway. And again, I can do that with all the bobbins. So see how many I've sold. And there should be a lot of sales for those. Yeah, so 29. So yeah, it just shows you that you're getting a single bobbin loose there. You know, whatever, and that's basically just for searching it. So I can do a copy here, and then I could actually make a sale out of that. So yeah, if you're searching for a part quickly, that's good. I want 1.25 of that particular product, and or 0.2 of 14.29, and that will pretty much give you all your values over there. It's all ready to go. Anyway, that's it from me, and I just wanted to show you a bit of, you know, I just wanted to share some business ideas with you guys and see what you think. And yeah, I mean, we're all running businesses out there, so if we can help one another, you know, that'll be all well and good. I'm always looking for ideas and ideas. I've got a lot of ideas, but you know, all these things take time to program, obviously. So I've been doing this a while now, so yeah. Alright, no worries, over and out. Just wanted to show you my parts database.